Thank the Maker. Chances are you've heard this line time and time before by C-3PO in Star Wars and never really put much thought into it. And who can really fault you for that? It's such a small one-liner said by C-3PO in almost every Star Wars property he's been featured in, usually as a sign of relief whenever he's saved from a problematic situation. Yet surprisingly, what makes this line so interesting is all the misinformation surrounding it, as more people know the fan theory meaning behind it rather than the actual canon context. So what does this small line exactly mean, and who is this maker? One of the most popular fan answers to this is that C-3PO simply refers to Anakin Skywalker, as he's seen having made him in The Phantom Menace. And as a result of this, a lot of people also take this as a joke that C-3PO is basically always unknowingly praising and thanking Darth Vader, one of the most evil characters in the original trilogy. And for whatever reason, this fan theory has become the absolute truth when it comes to this line, with almost every fan swearing by this. But the real truth in the matter is that Anakin and Vader actually have nothing to do when C-3PO so-called thanks the Maker. For starters, Anakin was never really C-3PO's creator to begin with, and that's a common misconception when it comes to C-3PO's origin story. Prior to the events of The Phantom Menace, 3PO originally served as a chief negotiator for the Manacron system and at one point even had a job programming binary load lifters. So he was already quite the busy protocol droid before Anakin was even born. In actuality, Anakin simply just found the scrapped and damaged 3PO in the trash and decided to repair him. Not to mention that George Lucas hadn't even thought up the idea of Anakin making C-3PO when he first wrote the script for the original Star Wars back in 1973. In which 3PO says for the first time ever, thank the Maker, so he obviously wasn't referring to Anakin. Now while 3PO does later in the prequels refer to Anakin and acknowledges him as his maker, it's not exactly the same maker from his thank the Maker catchphrase. However, this is very likely where the Anakin fan theory did pick up steam. And yes, technically Anakin did make the C-3PO that we know of today with all the scavenged parts that he used to rebuild him, but he wasn't his creator per se, as there's a very clear difference between making and actually creating something. And that is, to create, it means to bring something into existence or cause something new to exist. But when something is made, it has been formed out of something else that had already existed. Now, another fan theory that is not as popular as the Anakin fan theory is that C-3PO simply refers to the creator of Star Wars, George Lucas, when thanking the Maker. And while nice, however, this theory absolutely doesn't work in universe for obvious reasons, so while cool, it can't be considered canon. But when you bring the actual canon into the equation, then that throws all these fan theories out the window. As first and foremost, the thank the Maker line was originally intended to be the slightly archaic synonym for the expression thank God or thank goodness in the Star Wars universe. As for who the Maker is that is being referred to here, then it's definitely not Anakin or George Lucas for that matter. Rather, the Maker, also known as the one who creates, was a mysterious entity often referred to in deity-like terms by droids. In canon, the droids claimed that the Maker was the being that created the first droid, where he changed them from simple machines into intelligent creations. And this is further fueled in canon where another droid, RX-48 in the book Adventures in Wild Space, The Cold, would add quote in the name of the Maker end quote after an interrogative word as an intensifier, such as in what in the name of the Maker were all those colors anyway. In addition to this, we also see other droids in canon such as 000 referencing the Maker in similar circumstances, which really goes to show that in canon, the entire Anakin Maker fan theory just doesn't work. Oh, and it should also be stated that the concept behind the Maker wasn't something only added in Disney canon, but it also existed in Legends as well. Although over there he's also as much part of a religion of the Senesi people as he is of the droids, while in canon, the Maker is more so something exclusive to droids. Regardless, I figured this was an interesting topic to go over, especially if the fan theories being more popular than the actual canon explanation. Now as for myself, I always figured the Maker was some sort of god that created the Star Wars universe, and looking back on that now, I wasn't that far off. But what about you? Did you also think of something similar to this, or did you buy into the fan theories and figured, hey, C-3PO is always thanking Darth Vader, yeah, that's pretty funny, why wouldn't that be real? And now you know why. So let me know in the comment section down below, and as always, like and share this video, as well to keep it here to Silo for everything on the latest in Star Wars. And 7 from Silo, signing out.